Is it recorded?
Yeah, it kicked us out. So we got a new link. So I'm going to email that to you now. You want me to email or to text it or both?
To what?
The new link.
To who?
To you.
To do what?
To stream again because it kicked us out and shut down.
So if you email it to me, then what do I got to do with it?
Share it with everybody you shared it with before.
Oh, shoot. I don't know who I shared it with.
Well, let's just post it on the page.
Okay.
All right. I don't even know if I'm logged into Facebook. Oh, Jesus. I don't know my password to Facebook. What is it? Oh, that ain't my Facebook.
I don't want that. Oh yeah, that was it. Wow.
Okay, where's the page? I do not Facebook. I'm a horrible person. That's my page. So now I need to.
So it kicked us out on somebody else's login?
It kicked me out. The Wi-Fi went down.
Oh,
or
here?
something. Something happened and it kicked me out. And then so it stopped streaming. And it won't let me pick it back up again.
Okay.
So now where do we share this at? Oh God, I can't see my glasses on.
I can't see nothing.
Okay. Now how do I can't see. Mm-hmm. We're seeing. All right, George, this is irritating me. Copy the link.
Yeah. That was my. Yeah, like some summit. Like the only song. Yeah.
These are my mom's actually. Yeah, it's actually better than ones than mine. Once I put my contacts, I can't. I need a biphone. Contact the biphone. I need a biphone. Contact the biphone.
All right, put it on the page, George.
I can't because I'm on my US phone. See if it's on Facebook. Oh, okay, but if people that were on YouTube, we're not going to be able to watch it.
What you been doing?
Not real bad. And that thing, I heard, I was heard, I heard it before, and it fell on his face, and the rest of the thing, my water, now the wires came down.
So is it on Facebook?
It disconnected him. Nothing.
So it's recording this way, right?
We're going to start shortly.
It's not safe. So I keep saying when it comes out, it's right on my head. I gotta look forward. But I heard him. He told my son that was too much. But that's how much it costs. When I called
And my trick, see how we fit around this thing. Guy that did he doesn't cut it. He came and looked at it and he said, well, I eventually rock him. I can do the trimming. Yeah, he trimmed it. And then I called him back. He did everything. He did not take his number. And because I worked with him.
Oh, that was good.
But they charge you a lot extra.
I know, because I had a
because it's maple. Maple is real hard. Yes.
I had a man who come back. He planted that tree back in the middle of my yard. And it was all in the house, all of it. And finally, I tried to get it trimmed, they didn't trim it. So finally, the guy, I don't remember, it was about $2,000. But the thing, when I read one of the reasons why I didn't know what the guy was doing, because it was, those roots were killing my pipes. And, you know, backing up into your basement. You gotta watch the tree. I'm not a tree.
Like we got same type of make, silver. Most of it. Some of
Okay.
in the street and all the street.
I had one the city did one. They said that one was in the alley. They said it was my property. But we had just moved into the house. We had been there for a few years. We ain't got no money. But they was something we was gonna get ticketed. We had the tree. And at that time, that was a lot there. I was like, they're like, no, it's not in the alley. No, it's on your house. Yeah, and they sure did. They made us cut that. They made us cut that. Now the one in the front, they cut that because it was on the curb side. That whole thing was like, oh no, I cannot. So and then I had that baby. So
All of it. But it was on the curb. And he called the city. And they said, okay. One rancher called him into the street. And they said, well, we'll come out and look at it. And he said, so then we got to summertime. He called me and said, look, I'm telling you this.
Oh, jeez, man. Yeah, because I mean, I started going, my mom had social security. Yeah. And I just tried to pick the best one, just for the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start and then I'll
Knowing that it was gonna be chilly. We went up there. It's supposed to be that it was there yesterday and tomorrow. So it's
oh, I think there's about 65, 70 cars.
yeah, it was this morning.
I'm not even lying.
When I got up,
Not even lying.
sometimes I am awake. My husband, he's there.
Yeah, I have.
My husband worked
It's about time to go on vacation, aren't there? Yeah, yeah. Like what, 21st? Yeah. Yeah. That's by that, over there. Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't make their own. Yeah, make it.
if you really know somebody, you know what this is I'm probably down.
Yeah, great.
She don't wake up early either, so I gotta have to catch her like in the middle.
It looks like you start. I'm gonna help him.
Probably know. And I guess it'd be like I don't know. I told him. Yeah, and I'm like, just tell me. I just told him. Yeah. Go out on Google Play, get the app, and then you can talk to me. That's my husband. I'm like, what the? I think somebody was telling him because I didn't hear somebody that left me this was out here. I don't know, because that's because they're like, it's a baby. My husband, all of them, the same way. It's almost like a
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can just,
And I talked to his brother.
yeah, don't tell him. He wouldn't do it like that. I was a restaurant. And as we were walking over, I just told him about the yeah, that's what it is. It's a regular. Oh my God. And I thought the duo something that because he's got an Android. Yeah. It's just like I said, it just said, it just said, let's we do it with Edward, and I've done it with others. On their phone. Yeah. And it's real weird. All of them are like that. If you talk to them, it's almost like, and I think airport.
Okay, so he's on.
He found out.
He wouldn't let me in.
With your sister?
My apologies for being
Great.
glad you guys are patient. Thank you so much.
Got to park on counter.
Get a file my daughter would do. Takes the gold.
Everybody there.
I didn't cut people off. I cut it off on like
And I have
Hello everyone. We're going to start in about 2 minutes. So if everyone can just gather around and we'll go ahead and start. And thank you so much for your patience. I do apologize for starting late, but thank you so much. And we'll start in a few moments.
Could be right back.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and start. Just want to say thank you again for everyone that's coming out. Just want to say a few things. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to say a few things. Then I'm going to, let everybody say a few words, and then we'll just go from there. So just bear with me because I had it all going to print it off, and then my mom's printer decided that the ink didn't want to work. So I'll be reading it from my phone. So good afternoon. I would like to welcome everyone to my mother's Carlene Napier celebration of life. Just a few housekeeping items to discuss. Please wear your mask at all times. Please social distance. And as you know, there's no food or drinks are allowed at the event. And the house is closed off due to the pandemic. I would like to start off by thanking a few people in no particular. I want to thank Merle and her family, Kimba, Lori and Steve, Michael Dave, Uncle Daryl, my Aunt Faith, Nate and Skeets, Norman and Terry, Bart, Abiad, my cousin Corey, and my cousin April, and the realtor Keith Ferguson. I would like to thank Lisa and Windsor. And if I missed anyone, I truly am sorry. You know where my heart is. So what I'd like to do is start off even by saying a few things about my mom, and we'll open the mic up for anyone that would like to share a few stories. I'm just going to go over a few cards that we received that really helped my mom through the process. So the first card came from Mike and Lily and Andrea Douglas. It basically said, may the thoughts and prayers of your many friends bring sunshine into your day and warmth into your heart. And by knowing how many people truly care, help you along the way in better days and better health again. These cards actually came in before when my mom, back in January and February and throughout the months. This card came from Carlene and Mary. It's not a special occasion, it's not a special season, but for a friendly hello who needs a special reason. Thank you. This card came from Paula. Basically said, hoping you're rested, hoping you're comfortable, hoping today's a good day, thinking of you and wishing you well. This card came from Karen Stewart from Red Hatters, saying, praying for you in your time of need. There will be things that trigger tears, things that bring laughter, things that you never expected, but they'll gently remind you of all the wonderful details that made life with your mom so precious. May God hold you close to his heart where he can feel your deepest loss and fill you with his deepest love. That was Karen Stewart, Red Hatter. with sincere sympathy, with a natural sense of caring and kind ways. Sometimes there's no words, just lots of caring and love, lifting in prayer and trusting God to hold you close in the peril and time and burning. So basically, these cards were sent to my mom. I don't want to read them all, but I just want to say thank you for everyone that was in my, that had my mom and her thoughts, and it really helped her. This is going to be tough, so just please bear with me. How do you start a speech about someone who meant so much to so many people? Carlene Napier Dean Howell was born on May 12, 1948 to Frederick Howell and Dorothy Wavy Olivia Curtis Howell. My mother's siblings consisted of Dave, Daryl, Faith, and Doug. My mom spent a part of her childhood in Detroit, Michigan, and Windsor, Ontario. She attended grade school and high school in Windsor, Ontario. Before I began to start junior kindergarten, my mother moved to Detroit, where she spent the rest of her life. I stayed in Windsor and by my grandmother. Now, this speech is going to be all over the place. I do apologize. My mom told me that growing up that she didn't have a lot. In her words, she grew up poor. When I began to reflect on her life and her kindness to others, it made sense why she was the person she was. My mom didn't want to see anyone do without, and she did not depend on anyone for anything. If there was something that she wanted for herself, she obtained it. My mom would give the shirt off her back, and that's the reason why I wanted to give the scarves off her neck as a memento. So before you leave, please take a scarf. My mother was an independent, confident, giving, and goal-oriented person. She graduated from Wayne State University with her Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration and Central Michigan University with her Master's of Science in Business Administration. My mother also had a certification, life skills and certification in Strengthening Families program. My mom was she was assistant principal at the She was also a program academy manager at the Detroit Cares Alternative. She was a teacher at Last Chance Academy, Detroit Cares Academy. She was also an instructor and consultant at the Center for Progressive Learning. She was a facilitator at Bank One Human Resources and National Learning Delivery. At Bank One, she was marketing and training manager, which was formerly MBD, and she was the VP of Credit Card Services. My mom's, I had a conversation with mom, and I said, "Mom, why did you leave corporate?" She said she didn't want to work all those hours anymore. But I was like, "Mom, you work all these hours now. With your 2 part-time jobs and your volunteer hours, you're working just as much as you're working in corporate." I think she just got tired of the politics and the unfair treatment. But what she got of it was her education and her experience that carried her over to the other industries that she worked in after she left the corporate world. My mom believed in giving back to the community by volunteering her time or by financial support. I can recall when she was working at NBD, which was the National Bank of Detroit, many, many years ago. She would bring me along to participate in the Bank of Town. We volunteered with the Detroit Grand Prix. We fed the homeless and attended women's shelters during the holidays to supply meals. My mom, for many years, would actually sponsor family for Christmas. This further illustrates her desire to help others in need. Now, some funny stories. Does anyone know why I didn't get in trouble? One person? One. Partly. So picture this. I get pulled in by the police, and he or she tells me, "We have to call your mom." I'm sorry? You're going to call who? If you call my mom, she's going to kill me. Just put me under the jail because that is what she's going to do. Now imagine to my mom. Ring, ring. Now you know she wouldn't pick up on the first ring right away. Hello, this is Napier? Yes. This is Constable Joe. Hello, Constable Joe. How can I help you? We have your son George at the police station. My who? I'm sorry, who do you have? Your son George. You don't have my son. You must be confused. My son knows better. Just give me a description of what he looks like. Well, ma'am, he's black. He's about 5'9". He wears glasses, athletic build. Yeah, that sounds like. Right. As I was younger, my mom would probably say, oh, I couldn't stand George. He was this and he was that. So who would show up at the party if I was Miss Curfew? My mom. And since I had the car, she would show up in her house coat, rollers, and it was like, get home. I was never a problem child. Contrary to what you might have heard, I just couldn't get home on time. So we do not know that sacrifices that our parents do for us. Before my mother was able to purchase a vehicle, we would take buses. Now imagine this. My mom would take a bus from Detroit to Windsor, the tunnel bus. Then in Windsor, take another bus to pick me up. So that would be on a Friday. And on a Sunday, pick me up on a Friday, we take the buses back. So now on the way back, it would be 2 buses to Detroit, then another 2 buses to get to her apartment in Detroit, and then repeat that on Sunday, which then she would bring me home and then take 2 buses back. As a child, you were totally clueless. I would look at the experience as an adventure in time with my mom, but I can imagine I took on my mom. My mom's mantra was, do you want to lead or follow and never lie to me? So my mom's car purchase was a 1993 Nissan Sentra 4-door, burgundy with gray interior. I remember this car like it was yesterday. It was my mom's prized possession, and after she was finally able to get rid of her hoopty possession, and after she was finally able to get rid of her hoopty, a 1972 Nova. Now I shouldn't make fun of the vehicle because I have a lot of great memories with that. Vehicle. My mom would come over on the weekends. I was able to get and go visit friends, etc. I can recall having to let it roll back and reverse before I actually could get it and drive. Let me get back to the Nissan Sentra. My mom probably didn't have the vehicle for 1 month. It might have even been a few weeks. She said, okay, George, you can have the car for the weekend. I was out with a buddy of mine, and we were attending a little house party. I mean, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke. I was driving home on Riverside Drive, and this is that's actually close to the river in Windsor. And I see this large vehicle passing on my left. I noticed the car was really. I see the vehicle come back into my lane, and boom. I was like, what was that? Oh no. I then see the left quarter panel hanging off the back of the vehicle. I began to chase the vehicle down and met the vehicle at the red light. I jump out and approached the female and told her what happened. I could smell alcohol in her breath. She said she never hit my car. I was like, yes, you did. The panel hanging off the back of your vehicle. My friend and I retrieved the panel and put it in the back seat. Now I'm thinking, what am I going to tell my mom? She always told me never lie because if she found out that I lied, the punishment. Okay, so I take a deep breath. When I get home after I dropped off my friend, my heart's beating through my chest. Living with my grandmother at the time, I opened up the door and Mom asked, son, how was your night? I'm 16 years old. What do I do? Do I make up a lie? Truth? So what do you think I did at 16 years old? We couldn't call the police and file a report because as a Canadian, I'm not supposed to drive an American vehicle in Canada. Very calm. I said, it's okay, son. I will take care of it. I was relieved. No punishment. At that moment, that solidified my belief in always telling the truth to my mom. I can recall my mom taking me to Blue Ball on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. and just her and my grandmother as the only parents in the stands. They were sitting under the heat lamps, drinking their coffee. My mom attended my basketball games, track and field meets. If my mom couldn't make it, she made sure someone was there to support for me. I say this to show the commitment my mom had in my development, and over the course of the last few months, we had a conversation. And my mom said, "Son, I wish I could have done more for you." I was like, "Mom, I had an amazing childhood. There was nothing that I could have wanted that I didn't have. The time, the vacations, the gifts, the support. He gave me everything." On a funny note, I bet you did know my mom had a grocery store. Did anyone know she had a grocery store? It was located in her pantry in the basement. When I lived in Mississauga, for those not too sure where that is, it's 30 minutes from Toronto. I'd come to Detroit to visit on the weekends. Now, as you might or not know, my mom Christmas time. On a particular trip to Mexico, we were going to customs, and the custom officer asked what was our relationship. My mother explained to the officer that I was her son. The officer said, "That's not your son." I think I was in 30s or 40s at the time. So you know my mom was there. It's like, I still have it. Now, a few years back, we went to New Orleans, and my mom was on her iPad. And this other gentleman that was sitting with his wife says to me, "Your wife is really good with electronics." He said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." My mom, that's my mom. He said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." My mom looks up like, what's going on? What's going on? And then I was, "No worries, we get that all the time." And then I was thinking, now I'm in my 50s, so do I look old or does my mom look young? Oh, by the way, these are her glasses. I couldn't find mine. My mom exposed me to so many things: the arts, music, food, how to treat a woman, and how to be a gentleman. I have so many more stories, but I don't want to take up all your time because I could tell stories all day. So here's some things I just want to leave you with. My mom was diagnosed with esophagus cancer in 2020, and she began the treatment in 2020, September 2020. And then we had found out that the cancer had moved to her liver in December. My mother didn't tell me initially when she was getting treatment, and she didn't want to share with anyone. She didn't want anyone to worry about her. My mom was so independent that she was initially driving herself to the radiation treatments until she couldn't do it anymore. I was with my mom from November 4th until she passed away on the 10th. And my mom was determined to beat the illness and the diagnosis. She gave it her best effort. My mom thanked me every day for helping her, and I'm forever grateful that I'm with her. I have memories, and she did whatever she could to show her friend you were her friend, unless you upset. She loved the arts, jazz, and was an avid reader. Another one of my mom's mantras was to pay it forward. If my mom mentored you, mentor someone. If my mom provided support, then support someone. If my mom provided support, then support someone. If my mom gave you her time, you give your time to someone. That is how we continue her legacy. From a cover letter from mom's resume that I was looking at, her mission was, "It has always been my goal to make a difference in the lives of our youth and provide them with higher learning resources to allow for an opportunity to succeed in today's society." I would like to expand on her mission statement by setting up the Carlene Napier Foundation to support children and families in need of food, shelter, education, health and wellness, and arts. The plan was already supplied today, but due to the fact that when we put up the house for sale, we had such an influx of interest, I threw all my timing off. So I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks I can have that foundation set up. They say, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Your kind words about my mom and support during this time have been amazing.